What if the US government spent nearly 2 decades secretly investigating UFOs, and what if hundreds of those cases remain unexplained to this day? In the heart of the Cold War, strange lights, flying discs, and unexplained phenomena filled the skies. Today, we dive into Project Blue Book, the US Air Force's real-life X-Files, and uncover the mysteries that remain unsolved. In the mid-20th century, unidentified flying objects, UFOs, captured the attention of the public and governments alike. After World War II, strange sightings in the skies grew more frequent, leading to widespread speculation. Were these objects secret military aircraft, foreign spy planes, or something far more mysterious, possibly visitors from other planets? The fear of the unknown, combined with Cold War tensions, sparked a desire for answers. The US government took these concerns seriously, resulting in the launch of several official UFO investigations. The most well-known and long-running of these efforts was Project Blue Book, a US Air Force program tasked with investigating UFO sightings. Created in 1952, Project Blue Book had two primary goals: to determine whether UFOs posed a threat to national security and to scientifically analyze reports of UFO activity. Over its 17-year span, the project collected and studied more than 12,000 sightings, making it the largest government-led study of UFOs ever undertaken. Although officially shut down in 1969, Project Blue Book's legacy continues to influence the public's view of UFOs and remains a key reference point in debates about government transparency, extraterrestrial life, and the unknown. The US Air Force had two main objectives with Project Blue Book: determine if UFOs were a national security threat and analyze UFO data to explain the phenomena. By the time Project Blue Book began, there was a massive backlog of UFO reports, many of them from credible witnesses, such as military personnel, commercial pilots, and law enforcement officers. Project Blue Book relied heavily on collecting detailed information about each sighting. Reports came from civilians and military personnel alike, describing sightings of flying discs, cigar-shaped crafts, and glowing lights. Each report was meticulously cataloged, noting the time, location, weather conditions, and witness descriptions. Investigators interviewed witnesses, gathered photographic evidence, and analyzed radar data where available. In some cases, they visited the sites of sightings to search for physical evidence, such as scorched ground, strange debris, or electromagnetic disturbances. Over the years, Project Blue Book amassed over 12,618 cases, which became a treasure trove of UFO data. Once data was collected, it was carefully reviewed by experts. The Air Force employed physicists, engineers, and meteorologists to help determine the causes of sightings. Most cases could be explained by conventional means, such as weather balloons, aircraft, or celestial phenomena like planets and meteors. Around 90% of cases were classified as identified, meaning they were attributed to known causes. However, a small percentage, about 700 cases, remained unexplained. These were classified as unknowns, fueling ongoing speculation. While the Air Force often downplayed these cases, they captured the public's imagination and led to theories of alien visitation or secret government technology. Over the years, Project Blue Book investigated several high-profile UFO sightings that remain part of UFO lore to this day. These cases often involved multiple witnesses, radar confirmation, or physical evidence, and many were never fully explained. In August 1951, dozens of residents of Lubbock, Texas, reported seeing formations of bright lights flying in V-shaped patterns over the city. Among the witnesses were professors from Texas Tech University, adding credibility to the reports. The lights appeared on multiple occasions, baffling observers. The Air Force investigated the sightings but could not offer a definitive explanation. Some suggested the lights were migrating birds reflecting city lights, but witnesses, including the professors, insisted that the objects moved too fast and too precisely for this theory to be plausible. To this day, the Lubbock Lights remain one of the most famous unexplained cases in Blue Book's files. In July 1952, UFO sightings over Washington, D.C. caused a media frenzy. Radar operators at Washington National Airport detected unidentified objects over the White House and Capitol, prompting the Air Force to scramble fighter jets. Commercial pilots and military personnel reported seeing strange lights in the sky. The objects evaded the jets, disappearing from radar only to reappear minutes later. This incident, which occurred at the heart of U.S. political power, led to a rare public press conference by the Air Force. Officials downplayed the event, attributing the sightings to temperature inversions. However, many found this explanation unsatisfactory, and the Washington incident remains one of Project Blue Book's most perplexing cases. In November 1957, residents of Levelland, Texas, reported seeing a glowing object that caused their car engines to stall as it passed overhead. Over the course of a single night, multiple witnesses, including law enforcement, described a bright, egg-shaped craft that affected electrical systems in their vehicles. Project Blue Book investigated the case, eventually concluding that the sightings were caused by ball lightning or electrical storms. However, this explanation did not satisfy many of the witnesses, especially considering the widespread nature of the reports and the physical effects on vehicles. Project Blue Book's findings were often met with skepticism by the public. The media played a significant role in shaping public perception of UFOs during the 1950s and 1960s, with newspapers, magazines, and television programs frequently covering UFO sightings and speculating about their origins. This media attention heightened the sense of mystery surrounding the phenomena and helped create the cultural association between UFOs and extraterrestrial life. Hollywood also capitalized on the UFO craze, producing films that featured alien encounters and government cover-ups. Movies like The Day the Earth Stood Still, 1951, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, drew heavily from the public's fascination with UFOs, further cementing the idea that the government might be hiding information from the public. Even though Project Blue Book was intended to provide rational explanations, it had the opposite effect. Many believed the government was engaged in a cover-up. The project's secrecy, along with its sometimes dismissive conclusions, only fueled conspiracy theories that the US was hiding the truth about extraterrestrial visitors. In 1969, after nearly 2 decades of investigations, Project Blue Book was officially closed. The Condon Report, a study conducted by the University of Colorado and published in 1968, concluded that further investigation of UFOs was unlikely to yield significant scientific discoveries. This report greatly influenced the decision to end the project. The final Blue Book report stated that most sightings were explainable by natural or man-made phenomena and that there was no evidence that UFOs represented a threat to national security. The report also asserted that there was no indication of extraterrestrial involvement. However, the project's closure did little to quell public interest, and many of its unsolved cases continue to be subjects of debate. Although Project Blue Book ended over 50 years ago, its legacy continues to influence how we think about UFOs. Many of the documents were declassified, allowing UFO researchers and conspiracy theorists to pore over thousands of reports. Some of the cases investigated by Blue Book remain iconic, with the unsolved ones serving as the basis for countless books, documentaries, and films. In recent years, government interest in UFOs has resurfaced. The Pentagon has acknowledged the existence of unidentified aerial phenomena, and declassified military footage has shown unexplained objects captured on radar and camera by U.S. Navy pilots. These developments echo the same questions that Project Blue Book sought to answer decades ago. Are these objects a threat, and could they be evidence of something beyond our understanding? Project Blue Book stands as a testament to the U.S. government's attempt to understand the UFO phenomenon during a time of great uncertainty. Though most cases were explained, the unresolved incidents continue to provoke curiosity and speculation. Whether UFOs are secret military technology, natural phenomena, or something far more extraordinary, the mystery persists. As the world continues to search for answers, Project Blue Book remains a key chapter in the ongoing story of humanity's fascination with the unknown.